After Ollie Watkins came out on top last season, which player will have the most Premier League assists in the 2024-25 campaign? This page will be updated over the course of the 2024-25 season as we take an in-depth look at the latest standings for Premier League assists. Check back after every match day to see who is in the leading positions. Liverpool superstar Mohamed Salah is now virtually uncatchable and has the most assists in the Premier League in the 2024-25 season with 18 assists. Barring the miraculous late-season recovery, he will be crowned as the Premier League's best creator of the campaign. Salah has pulled away from Bukayo Saka after the Arsenal attacker had led the charts in the early months of the campaign. Saka has 10 assists, the same number as Fulham's Antonee Robinson, Brentford's Mikel Damsgaard, and Newcastle's Jacob Murphy. Man U's Bruno Fernandes and Tottenham's Son Heung-min have moved on to 9 assists. Anthony Elanga is having a brilliant season with Nottingham Forest and has 8 assists, the same number as Man City's Savinho, Chelsea's Cole Palmer, and Crystal Palace's Eberechiez. Palmer had been a challenger early in the season but went 4 months without an assist to fall away. Nottingham Forest's Morgan Gibbs-White, Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers and Man City's Kevin De Bruyne are on 7 assists. It all means the EPL assist standings are already taking shape with some big names in contention, but it is Saka who has surged into an early lead. There were some big names and candidates for Playmaker of the Season glory who got off to a fast start in the creative charts on MD1. They included Salah, Saka, James Maddison, and Alejandro Garnacho. Saka and Maddison increased their tallies further with assists on MD2 as Arsenal and Tottenham saw off Aston Villa and Everton respectively. Playmaker of the Year favourite Kevin De Bruyne also got off the mark with an assist as Man City thumped Ipswich Town 4-1, with Haaland netting a hat-trick. But it was Palmer who made a big early impression in the rankings for most goals created in the Premier League by registering 3 assists in one match, as Chelsea thrashed Wolves 6-2 in a huge away win on August 25. While Palmer scored a stunning goal, his performance also included 3 assists, as he set up each of the goals scored by teammate Noni Madueke on a great outing for the Blues. Palmer increased his assist total by setting up Nicholas Jackson in Chelsea's 1-1 draw at home to Crystal Palace on MD3. Another 1-1 home draw, this time against Nottingham Forest on MD7, saw Palmer create another goal, setting up Madueke this time around. Jadon Sancho had a debut assist following his move from Manchester United, setting up fellow substitute Christopher Nkunku's late winner as the Blues won 1-0 at Bournemouth. And he got another further assists in the wins over West Ham and Brighton to continue a fine start for his new club. Saka, meanwhile, made it 3 assists in as many games when he created a goal for Kai Havertz in Arsenal's home draw with Brighton. That made him the first Arsenal player since Thierry Henry in 2004 to set up a goal in each of the Gunners' opening 3 matches. Saka's lead in the assist standings continued in the next match day. The Arsenal star created a goal for Gabriel Magalhaes in the North London derby and then set up another header for the defender in Arsenal's dramatic 2-2 draw at Man City, making it 5 straight matches with an assist for the informed England winger. He almost made it 6 consecutive assists when Arsenal played Leicester, but a goal for Leandro Trossard, which he had set up, was ultimately categorized as a Wilfred Ndidi own goal, ending his impressive streak. However, he bounced straight back in MD7, producing a star performance as Arsenal defeated Southampton 3-1 at home. Saka scored once and set up the other 2 goals for Kai Havertz and Gabriel Martinelli to move on to 7 assists for the season. Salah, meanwhile, set up 2 goals for teammate Luis Diaz, as well as scoring himself, as Liverpool beat Man United 3-0 on September 1. The Egypt star moved on to 5 assists on October 20 as, after opening the scoring, he created the winner for Curtis Jones in the 2-1 win over Chelsea at Anfield. Both Salah and Saka scored in a thrilling 2-2 draw between Arsenal and Liverpool on October 27 at the Emirates, but neither managed to grab an assist. Wilfred Ndidi is not among the favourites to be named the most creative player in England's top flight, but he surged up the standings on MD4 with 2 assists for Leicester City in their 2-2 draw at Crystal Palace. Tottenham superstar Son Heung-min added his name to the list of contenders for most assists by taking his tally to 3 against Aston Villa on MD10. In matchday 11, Salah showed that he is still at the top of his game with a goal and assist in the 2-0 win over Aston Villa. This reduced Saka's lead at the top of the assists standings to just 1. But Saka reasserted his lead the following match day after the November international break with an assist in Arsenal's 3-0 win over Nottingham Forest. He also scored in the same match. The Arsenal superstar further extended his lead by notching a brace of assists and scoring in a strange 5-2 encounter with West Ham on MD13, which saw 7 first-half goals. Salah did reduce Saka's lead by notching his 7th assist of the season in the 2-0 win for Liverpool over Man City the same weekend. Palmer also registered an assist himself in the 3-0 win over Aston Villa to move into 3rd on his own in the assists standings. On matchday 14, Amad Diallo started to make his mark on the leaderboard as his assist in Man U's 3-2 defeat at home to Nottingham Forest took him up to 5 assists for the season. Saka hit a blank in Arsenal's draw with Fulham, while Salah didn't play as Liverpool's Merseyside derby with Everton was postponed due to bad weather. Son Heung-min entered into the chase for most assists in the next match day with 2 assists as Tottenham thrashed Southampton 5-0. He moved on to 6 assists, 4 behind Saka. Salah also moved to just 1 assist behind Saka by making a goal in the 2-2 draw with Fulham. The Arsenal star hit a blank as the Gunners could only draw 0-0 at home against Everton. Salah finally managed to catch up and overtake Saka on matchday 17 as he notched 2 assists in a cracking 6-3 victory over Tottenham. It was a double blow for Saka as it was announced that the Arsenal winger was set to be out for many weeks with a hamstring injury sustained in the 5-1 win over Crystal Palace. Salah then started to pull away in the final matchday before the new year as he set up 2 more goals in the 5-0 thrashing of West Ham, taking him up to 13 assists and 3 ahead of Saka. In a difficult season for Man City, the first weekend of 2025 finally saw the champions hit their stride with Savinho moving onto the leaderboard, reaching 5 assists with 2 goal creations in the 4-1 win over West Ham. Salah, meanwhile, scored a penalty but didn't manage an assist in the 2-2 draw with Man United. Fulham's Antonee Robinson started to challenge the leaders in the middle of January as he moved up to 9 assists, just 1 behind Saka and 4 behind Salah. Meanwhile, Kevin De Bruyne also put his name on the leaderboard as he moved up to 6 assists as Man City thrashed Ipswich 6-0. This led to Pep Guardiola claiming that De Bruyne was back playing like he was during the peak of his career. Robinson moved on to 10 assists at the start of January, while Nottingham Forest's Anthony Elanga raced on to 8 assists in the 7-0 thrashing of Brighton. Salah extended his lead further in Liverpool's rearranged Merseyside derby against Everton. Despite drawing 2-2, Salah contributed a goal and an assist to move on to 14 assists. Savinho started to pick up steam in February, moving on to 7 assists as Man City thrashed Newcastle 4-0 on February 15. But Salah continued his incredible start to the season in the final full week of February with further assists against Everton, Man City, and Newcastle. This meant he moved on to 17 assists, 7 clear at the top. By the time the March international break arrived, it became clear that it would take something special to stop Salah from finishing the season with the most assists. Into April, and Savinho continued his excellent form as he moved on to 8 assists during the 2-0 win over Leicester. Cole Palmer also got his first assist in 4 months as Chelsea beat Tottenham 1-0. Saka returned to fitness in April but failed to add to his 10 assists as Arsenal's title challenge all but ended in the 1-1 draw at home with Brentford. De Bruyne entered the leaderboard with a vintage performance in Man City's 5-2 thrashing of Crystal Palace. Palmer made it 2 assists in a row by setting up a goal in the 2-2 draw with Ipswich. But Salah extended his lead even further on April 13 as he moved on to 18 assists for the season in the 2-1 win over Crystal Palace. Ollie Watkins topped the assist standings for 2023-24, registering 13 assists. He also had 19 goals in a fine Premier League campaign, helping Aston Villa to surprisingly reach the top 4. England striker Watkins saw off a strong challenge from Chelsea attacking midfielder Cole Palmer, 11 assists, to win the Playmaker of the Season award and became the first Villa player to achieve the feat. Kevin De Bruyne also made a late charge up the assists rankings after missing much of the season through injury. His creative form was crucial to Man City's title pursuit as Pep Guardiola's men won a historic 4th straight crown. But he had to settle for a share of 3rd place in these standings with 8 other creative stars, all of whom had 10 assists. De Bruyne did have the most Premier League assists in 2022-23, setting up 16 goals as Man City won the title. Mohamed Salah and Leandro Trossard were tied for 2nd place with 12 assists each. Incredibly, it was the 4th time that De Bruyne has topped the Premier League assist chart since signing for Man City from Wolfsburg in 2015. It is an impressive list of names who have previously topped the EPL assist rankings over the course of a whole season. Salah has achieved the feat before, as has Liverpool great Steven Gerrard. Harry Kane, Eden Hazard, Mesut Ozil and Cesc Fabregas are the other players to have claimed the accolade over the past decade. Premier League most assists in a season. The record for the most goals created in a single Premier League season is 20 assists, an honour shared between Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry. Arsenal great Henry produced his astonishing total of 20 assists in the 2002-03 season. It took 17 years for someone to match it, with De Bruyne achieving the feat in 2019-20. Mesut Ozil came agonizingly close to claiming a share of the record in 2015-16, recording 19 assists in a brilliant individual season for Arsenal. Prior to matching the record, De Bruyne also had a near miss of his own, producing 18 assists in the 2016-17 campaign. 2 years earlier, Cesc Fabregas also produced an 18-assist campaign for Chelsea. Most assists in a single Premier League game. The highest total in a single Premier League game is 4 assists, and it is a feat which has now been achieved by 9 different EPL players. Jeremy Doku was the last man to do it in November 2023. In a sensational performance, Doku scored once and had 4 assists as Man City thrashed Bournemouth 6-1 in the Premier League. Then at 21-year-old, Doku made history as the youngest EPL player to have recorded 4 assists in a single game. Paul Pogba had been the previous player to achieve it, creating 4 goals when Man United beat Leeds 5-1 in August 2021. Harry Kane, Emmanuel Adebayor and Dusan Tadic are 3 of the players who have had 4 assist matches in the Premier League. Arsenal players seem to fare particularly well in this record. The other 4 stars to register 4 assists in a game all did so while representing the Gunners: Dennis Bergkamp, Jose Antonio Reyes, Cesc Fabregas, and Santi Cazorla. Premier League most assists of all time. Former Manchester United winger Ryan Giggs has the most Premier League assists of all time. Giggs reached a huge total of 162 assists across an illustrious top-flight career that spanned 632 matches. But Kevin De Bruyne is rising fast up the standings, starting this season on 112 assists, within 50 of the record held by Giggs. At the start of the 2024-25 season, ex-Arsenal and Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas was in 3rd place with 111 assists, with Wayne Rooney next on 103. Frank Lampard, 102, Dennis Bergkamp, 94, David Silva, 93, Steven Gerrard, 92, James Milner, 87, and David Beckham, 80, are the other EPL greats sitting in the top 10 for goals created. It is Man City star De Bruyne who has the best assists per game total in the top 10 list. He was the fastest player to reach 50 EPL assists, doing so in just 123 games, and also the quickest to a century, getting there in the space of only 237 matches. De Bruyne moved up to 2nd place overall in the 2023-24 season but still has some way to go if he hopes to pass Giggs.